Hi, this is a course tour of the CS 150 Introduction to Computing course, which was awarded by the Blackboard Exemplary Course Program an award status. This means that the course met the rubric presented by the program at a satisfactory level. Now, I wanted to mention that this course applies the principles of gamification and Storification in teaching an introductory content. It's a STEM course. So we're going to start by considering the menu presented in this course, and that is we have things chunked. So in small, manageable areas, we have menus that present things that students can do in the workspace, things that inform the student about what's happening in the class, and then things that help students to communicate with each other, but also with the instructor. We will start our tour in the information module under course information. So course information uh, gives us 3 paragraphs that set the kind of epic meaning which is common in games but also very important in courses in order to satisfy this need of self-determination theory of purpose. So why are we doing things? The other 2 principles in the self-determination theory would be that of autonomy, so giving students choices, and then finally mastery, where students can clearly see their progress and they can see that they are learning, they're progressing to something meaningful to them. So the autonomy, the mastery, and the purpose or the meaning are all present within this course to create an environment of intrinsic motivation. So having this paragraph or the 3 paragraphs, one of the first things to share with students, because it also then appears in an announcement even before the class starts, is the first step. Then, of course, we have the course syllabus, both in PDF and in the document format to um, support the UDL principles. Now, I do want to navigate briefly to the syllabus and to point out a paragraph about professionalism and respect. I'll go ahead and read it. I recognize that our individual differences can deepen our understanding of one another and the world around us rather than divide us. In this class, people of all ethnicities, genders, and gender identities, religions, ages, sexual orientations, disabilities, socioeconomic backgrounds, regions, and nationalities are strongly encouraged to share the rich array of perspectives and experiences. An important part of the learning process in this course is respect and engagement of ideas with others. The ideas of each other, of you, are welcome. And what you bring to college in creativity, experience, and values is important. Please remember that it is normal to feel that you do not belong in a computer class or even in college. Many successful professionals report later feeling the same way. So this paragraph introduces this principle of inclusive experience and inclusive teaching and learning. These ideas are important during discussions in class, and also they're important in online activities. One of the objectives that I set in the class is to share information about stereotype threat, especially when it touches technology and adoption of it. So having the syllabus available in multiple formats, we do this in the course information. We of course have faculty information and other pieces here. Now let's go to my assignments. My assignments happens to be the schedule for the class and also the outline of the course. This also is chunked, so we have 3 modules. Each module ends with an exam. The first module covers Microsoft Word and some principles of technology. Now, if we were to investigate each module, we see that each event in the course is set with an index. The first number relates to the week, and the second number is just a sequential event within the course. This is important as we later see the integration with the external Pearson MyITLab system and also the structure of the gradebook. So let's go ahead and look inside of one of the folders. Within the folder, we have an opportunity to introduce a chapter, provide a summary of it, but also provide something fun like maybe a crossword puzzle. As we look at glossary entries, all of this can be done per activity inside of a folder. Another example would be here in week 3. Again, we have some text, perhaps introducing the chapter. We have some reviews, another puzzle for students, and an opportunity to include additional material for the class. Now let's go ahead and to navigate down to week 12. So in week 12, which is already in module 3, we will notice an assignment. So we again have introductions, but we also have an assignment that students would turn in. So this allows us, this kind of My Assignments system of folders allows us a nice layout of the entire class. What I encourage students to do, this is, by the way, a hybrid course. What I encourage students to do is to print out this page and then cross out each assignment as they complete it. Each assignment on this list is marked as graded when it is graded. Others are optional. They're also marked then as practice. For example, we have practice assignments the first week. So this becomes an outline. All the due dates are associated with folders. There are also due dates associated with assignments themselves in the gradebook. So now let's see how this integrates with the Pearson external system. So Pearson is available from My Assignments. It's also available from the menu. This is LTI integration, so when students click on the link, they do not have to type in a password to log in. But the Pearson system then allows us to display a calendar, and the calendar will have due dates marked with watch icons, whereas the green flags are the start of the assignment icons. Within each assignment, and we have different kinds, we have some simulations that are done in the browser, we have projects that are automatically graded, and students have multiple times to improve to provide a safe value environment and to match their progress into the flow area between anxiety and boredom, so that with each improvement, each resubmitted assignment, the learning takes place. But notice please that the menu or the indexing system here with the naming convention of assignments is consistent with the rule in Blackboard in My Assignments outline. So the first number is the week, the second number is the event within the course. And so let's see why this is important. Well, inside of the course, as students complete assignments in Pearson, grades are automatically copied into Blackboard. If I was to click on My Progress, this is a set of assignments. There are about 49 graded assignments in this class, so you can see quite a number of them, which is why it was so important for students to cross out the assignments as they complete them. But in order to identify assignments in conversations with students, in email communications, we have the indexing system, and that very easily helps us to identify the assignments within the gradebook. Again, all assignments have due dates assigned. These due dates are also present in Pearson and they are present in Blackboard. Therefore, we take advantage of the mobile technology that Blackboard provides with reminders for students, but also the notification system right inside of Blackboard, letting students know when assignments are due. So let's take a look at the grade center in this course. There are about 49 graded assignments, which is why the indexing is so important to bring order to the assignments. Please note that each assignment is assigned to a category, which will be very important when we discuss how the total for the course, how the grade is calculated. There are multiple periods within the course because we would like to have the graded assignments and then the practice assignments in multiple grading periods. Now, let's take a look at these categories. When grades come back from Pearson, they're expressed in points, and these points range from 1 to 100. So, of course, what we need to do here is we need to weigh these grades, and this is done through a weighted column total. So, per category, grades are still calculated just like a percentage, but then this percentage isn't weighted within the entire course. And so this is what the course grade column looks like. We have a custom grade schema assigned to it, and then each category, such as quizzes, exams, and others, are assigned a percentage of the total grade. This gives us opportunity then to properly equate an assignment that's worth 1 point to an assignment that's worth 100 points based on the syllabus grading that was communicated to students. So the weighted grade makes a big difference here. The integration with Pearson happens through LTI. Once everything is set up, we go to add grade columns, and out of the 180 assignments that are available inside of Pearson, you can see we have 7 pages here. I would like to have my assignments added in a specific order. This is where again the indexing system comes in very helpful. In this instance, I simply would select the assignments that are less than 10. So on this page, this means the selection of these assignments. As I go to the next page, I can then select all the assignments on the next page. And as I do that, these assignments are going to appear in the very order as I expect them in Blackboard. So I would first say yes to insert the assignments that I selected, which are less than 10, and then afterwards I would come here. So here we are. So now I'm selecting all the assignments. These are um, less than 10, just like so. I would submit it, and then the next time when I am ready to uh, add to the end of my gradebook assignments that are greater than 10, I would simply select all of these from, not these ones, all the ones from the first page. So let's return there. We'll select all the ones from the first page and simply remove ones that are less than 10. So the end result is, just like so, that through just 2 steps, I have all my assignments, around 49 of them, in the correct order inside of the gradebook. Therefore, the My Progress page will display them in the expected order. They are synchronized automatically and displayed to students. So inside of My Progress, again, the order of all the columns follows the order of the dates as scheduled inside of Pearson. This course applies the principles of gameful design and storification to help to shape and design the experience of students. This is an introductory course, which means that there is a great diversity of students who are enrolled. And in order to help students experience the Mihai Csikszentmihalyi's idea of flow, we would like to create as many possibilities of students creating their own path through the course as possible. So the flow is the feeling between boring assignments and too challenging, so that the assignments are at the edge of a student's capacity and skill, but then as they continue, they feel like they are learning, and it helps them to have positive feeling towards the subject matter. So the storification in the course is done with the story of the Vikings, and they are set as an example of explorers, but also as innovators. Some of these illustrations and stories are available in the Amazon Alexa skill called Computer Storified in Viking History by Floki. And there you'll find some of those ideas used to teach computers with the story of the Vikings. Now, the gamification is done here with the help of an app called MyGame, which allows students to track experience points throughout the class, which are actually separate from grades. So within the experience points, students complete all kinds of optional missions which allow them to uh, gain privileges within the class and improve their view of the subject matter, but also the experience within the course. Now, this game is part of a case study where we have a link to the research in the description of this video. Uh, but within the case study that ran from August 2015 to January 2017, we had 58 of these game challenges within the course, and 10,336 of these missions were completed, with students exploring the game in multiple semesters. One of these challenges is for students to recommend each other, where students need to find someone who's completed the course already or someone who has more than 500 experience points to be recommended in order to gain this privilege of completing late assignments. And then for each late assignment, students pay a certain amount of experience points, and that's how then we balance the amount of late assignments students can complete, but also encourage students to explore the subject matter, especially as maybe they have the need to complete the late assignments. So this course provides us then with an experience ranking, which again is a way to communicate to students what missions are being completed and what is currently being done by others. Uh, this experience ranking just gives us a pulse what's happening in the game, and then also we can go to a leaderboard that'll show us the top 30 performers, but then also within our range the neighbors of our experience. We have such events as a boss level, which is a programming event that helps students look at the hour of code and deepen their understanding, but also on the optional basis. So boss level is not required. Students complete it because they want to reach a new level within the game. So hopefully this was helpful in perhaps understanding how this course shapes the experience of students and builds it. Um, the case study is going to help to understand more detail, but the game basically means that students are searching for mission codes. One of them, just I was reminded this button here called Reviewed. There's a number of those buttons throughout the Blackboard course, and students have to click on all of them in order for the adaptive release to open up and show them a code, which then is a completion of the course exploration. And that text code that appears, they enter into the app, and that's how they gain experience points. But the adaptive release within Blackboard allows us to create all kinds of missions based on maybe the assignments they complete, but also based on their activity in the course. Another area, perhaps to review before we end this particular tour, would be the achievements. I'm going to navigate here as a student momentarily, and we have 3 achievements within the class, which and the 3 modules within the content. These are the open badges that can be exported to the Mozilla Backpack, and this is another way to provide uh, students with a feeling of mastery, so something they can take home, they can keep beyond the course, helps them to see uh, an area also of meaning and purpose, because they gain these mini credentials they can attach to their LinkedIn portfolio. Well, thank you very much for your time as you were taking a look at this course, and uh, I'd like to thank Blackboard for arranging the exemplary course program that helps us to incrementally improve our courses and to create as many good experience around learning for students as possible.